Welcome back for sports. We have a guy in the studio unlike no other. I know Coach Gibson has one away, but there's a guy who's following his footsteps and looking to make bigger things happen at NSU. Head Coach Rick Cabrera. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me. This is big time.
Now, you've been here I feel like you've been here for months, but you only been here for a couple of weeks. Has everything started to settle down for you yet?
Yeah. Well, I take that back. I would never say settle down, but it's starting to get some normalcy. Understanding the lay of the land and the school and the town. Just hitting the recruiting part, pretty heavy. So, it's part of being a head coach in Division I. Staying busy at all times. And I'm just excited for this opportunity.
Now, you're not new to this. You've been a head man for a while now, accumulating over 150 wins. The last school you was at TCC. You went all the way to the semifinal round. What is your secret ingredient to success to winning these games and getting far in these playoffs like you did last year?
Just recruiting good players. Good players that want to be coached, that understand what it takes to win and sacrifice, understanding their role. It's just something I've been lucky, to have. And, I don't like talking about myself in regard to the coaching realms. I just know how to relate to these kids well and just get them to play hard every time. And their talent is what keeps them going as long as they play together. So it's been a great ride. Our talent at Tallahassee was elite, one of the tops in the country. I'm looking to continue that here at Northwestern State University.
Now, speaking of the talent, you have some guys that you got to replace. I know Jamonte Black, he was a guy last year who led the Demons and actually holds the record for him for 3 points. DeMarcus Sharp was a Southland Player Conference of the Year. You had a guy like that on your team, Malachi Davis, but he's went to Arizona State on you. I know you are actually signing Fort. That's how you say his last name?
Forte.
Mm-hmm. You're signing Forte to your roster. What kind of guys are you looking for to replace those guys on your?
Well, those guys you mentioned from last year were some dudes. I watched a lot of film. I know Corey really well. He did a phenomenal job of just kind of letting them be free offensively, but had some structure. But at the end of the day, their talent is what took over. And those are the kind of guys that I'm planning on bringing, into Northwestern State University. Chase Forte is a kid I coached against for 2 years. He's tough and talented. Those are the two T's that I look for. And he checks the box on those two, on top of him being a high character kid. So we're looking, for him to make that transition from JUCO to Division I, and we are, elated to have him, be a part of our family, here in Natchitoches.
Now, speaking of, you said tough. Is that the style of play you want? I know that you're from New York. I know down low, because everything starts from down low, old school wise, and then move back up top. And today's game is really up top and then spread it out. Are you just looking to bring that back, that toughness back to NSU with your style of play? Or
yes, yeah. You can't win without toughness. Like you really can't. And just having tough players that are going to defend and rebound. I have a philosophy of, if you defend and rebound and stop the other team from scoring, I'll give you a little bit more freedom offensively, to where you don't have to look over your shoulder for every mistake. And so far it's worked, so why change? I think the good teams across the board, the Final Four teams, the NBA, Final Four teams in the, of the Eastern Conference and Western Conference Finals are I would say 99% of the time the top defensive teams in the league. And they have a free offense where they do a lot of things from the perimeter, playing inside out. So that's the style that I want to play, and I'm going to continue that, because it's helped me win a lot of ball games.
No, I was watching your press conference. One thing I like about you is the confidence that you have, and especially with the formula that you think will bring out there and win. You've seen FAU go on a run this year. You've seen teams like that, and I think you said, why not us? Why do you have this confidence in this program, but not only in the program, but in yourself, that you think that you can get that far push out there for them?
There's no other way, to go about it. You have to have confidence. I have to have these recruits that come in here to believe in my vision, and to believe that we can do the things that Fairleigh Dickinson has done and FAU have done. I'm not going to take a backseat to anyone. and the dynamics of recruiting and the way things have done in Division One, it allows the smaller schools to have success. It just hasn't been this past season. Last season St. Peter's went all the way to the Elite Eight, if I'm not mistaken, and then I can go on and on. So you got to have some older, tough guys that are willing to play together. Just watching those teams, they play together, they play hard, they play for each other, and then on top of that, you add their talent, and then they win games and get to the Elite Eight and sometimes the Final Four. So why not us? And that's going to be my motto until otherwise.
Now let's get off the court a little bit. It's different culture coming down Louisiana, coming from New York, Tallahassee, and other stops that you've been through. Meat pies, crawfish. Talk to me. Have you experienced any of this stuff, any of this stuff yet?
Yes, the meat pies. I've had. I've been here total. So I came on my press conference day. I had 2 that day. The first day I got here, which was 3 days ago, I had 2 that day, and I had 2 yesterday. So then, I sat in the mirror and said, "Hey, you got to chill out, because you're going to put on probably about 10 pounds in a week if you keep eating them." Very delicious. Up north from where I'm from, so they're called a little different. Every area has has a name for it. But I'll be honest, I have not had crawfish and don't plan to have it. I'm allergic to shellfish, so until my allergist gives me another test and tells me otherwise, I won't be having any of that.
Now, we don't have no local bodegas down here or anything, but they do
know
have
about
some
the bodega,
cool. I know
yeah.
about the bodega. But before I let you go, this is for my personal thing. Knicks. You're a Knicks fan like I'm a Knicks fan. I know you're probably too young for the Patrick Ewing era and the Allen Houston era. I remember that, but I'm pretty sure you're probably too young for that one.
No, I don't want to tell you my age. I'm probably a lot older than you. No, I remember when when Bernard King played.
Willis
and Lewis
Reed.
Orr. Now Willis Reed, no. My dad played with Willis Reed, because he played for the Knicks for a year. But Mark Jackson, those guys, Rod Strickland. So I just dated myself a little bit, but I'm a diehard Knicks fan, and as long as the good man keeps me on this earth, I'm gonna stay that way.
How far do you think we could go?
Oh man! All right, so I'm gonna be realistic.
Come on now.
I'm gonna say probably second round. I don't think we're better than Philly or Milwaukee. I'm missing somebody else up there at the top, but. So we're making progress. We need another star, but I think we're trending the right way.
All right, this is Coach Cabrera. Thank you for stopping by to the studio to chat with us.